membership growth has been to a level of over 27,000 members this year, which I think has been extraordinary. And of course, one of the things that we are endeavouring to do is add more value services.
I wanted to get a better understanding of GS1 itself, see what the companies are implementing, look into the food and retail industries, lots of things happening in the supply chain.
The major role that GS1 can play is to continue doing what it's done already, which is provide those worldwide standards, because it automatically links those supply chains together. It automatically means that all the partners in the supply chain are using the same language.
Working with suppliers, in harmony with suppliers, is actually even more important now than it ever has been before. With the enabling of barcodes, the automated electronic systems we've now got in place, everything is monitored. The benefits for Tesco is actually delivering the right thing for suppliers.
Consumer behaviour is changing, so the way and the channels consumers use to make their decisions is changing, and that requires a number of things, and one of those things is that it requires accurate information about the products that are being sold, and that is something where the industry currently still has quite some potential to improve.
We can trace the movement of a product as it flows into the business, as it gets shipped out to warehouses, to fulfillment centres, to stores, and where it could get picked, packed and dispatched and delivered to customers. There is a whole raft of product-specific content and data that needs to be communicated to customers through those different channels. And a standards agency such as GS1 can take its existing skill set and strengths and help expand those into the e-commerce and multi-channel arena, because there's a real need at the moment for retailers to really understand how they can make the most of digital retailing.
I think the biggest challenge is change. I think obviously the past 5 years have been very, very difficult for the whole economy, UK business and the retail and food service sectors.
I think one of the biggest challenges for sustainability is looking at the multi-tier supply chain. So as companies push harder their objectives and policies around sustainability down the supply chain, the greater awareness of these topic areas will happen amongst suppliers.
I think the biggest challenge for the food service industry is the draw from the consumer in terms of wanting more information when they're going out to eat. So I think the industry itself has to recognise that, and one of the ways of doing it is to have a standard approach to it. And I think now's the time for the industry to come together and make sure that we're all pulling in the same direction. I think the strategy that the industry needs to be focused on is very much working together.
I think in terms of the current issues for our industry and the food industry in general, it's winning back trust from consumers. I think traceability of products has been something that has been a growing interest for consumers for a number of years now. Everyone's getting much more interested in provenance, where the food comes from, where it's made, what it contains. So actually restoring consumers' confidence, getting them back on board, I'd put as the #1 priority for the whole of the food industry.